Hey, what's up? I'm Aiden, and welcome to Studio Raphael. Today we're going to be discussing something that I feel like is kind of the focal point of what Studio Raphael is, but it's just something that I've had a hard time figuring out myself. I feel like I've spent a lot of time in my head. I've spent a lot of time thinking about what I want to be doing, and now that I'm kind of starting to get an understanding of, what all of this is and what all of this means, I feel like I can finally start putting into words what I'm really trying to accomplish here. So, with that being said, let's get into it. You see, the most important thing to me is creativity. The way I see it, life in itself is a creative act and a creative expression, and we are constantly creating. Even when we're not technically creating, we're still creating, because from my understanding, let's say you have to react to something. Well, your mind sees it and then you react to it, meaning that there's kind of like this split-second area where you're making a decision. And it's like so tiny that you don't even realize it, but you're constantly acting and reacting to things in ways that are both conscious and unconscious. Well, the best thing that we can do is bring our decisions to light and make them more conscious. And the way I see that is through the act of creativity. The way I see life is that it's just this big playground for us to play in as creative beings that were made by, to me, a creator, to you, whatever you want to see it as. I'm not here to argue about politics or religion or anything. I'm just here to express how I feel and what I think. And what I truly believe is that creativity has the potential to break us out of our destructive mental blocks that have us spiraling downwards as a species, rather than continuing to rise up. You see, creativity isn't just what we are, but it's what we continue to create. And if we continue as a species to live in a space of sadness and depression and destruction, and we keep just destroying ourselves, then we're just going to literally create a future that is destructive. But the important thing for me to do here is purify the creative essence, because purification and healing and all these things, when we're able to step into a creative space that is healthy and positive and loving and caring, and not just loving, but unconditionally loving, then we can start to make things for one another from our unique space of being that will connect to people, that we will be able to build from, and we will be able to grow from, and we will be able to just manifest the future, which to me looks like heaven on earth, but to you may be something completely different. And that I don't know. The way we all see the world is unique and individual, and how we see the world also depends on our prior experience of the world. And I think I'm lucky in that I've had time to just dive deep into thought and into mind, but I'm now at a point where I feel like I have to share these things, otherwise I'm just kind of like ruminating about my own ideas in my own head and then expecting people to know what my ideas are, but I'm not actually expressing them, and that doesn't really make sense. So this is me expressing my ideas and my thoughts. Whee! Oh, it just missed. Nice. But this is why I feel like creativity is the thing. This is why my hypothesis is that creativity can help us heal the world, is because we are all creative beings that are consciously or unconsciously creating in the mind of consciousness. One quote I really like is the quote of our minds being a stream of consciousness in the river of life, in that when we just simply flow with the river, we find ease, we find grace, and we find peace. But when we're constantly pushing against that river and our consciousness is fighting against the natural course of existence, then we create a lot of disharmony and we end up finding ourselves in anxiety and depression. Because we're just constantly pushing against the natural flow of our own existence and what we really want for ourselves deep down, but we have had to shut down and keep quiet in order to just keep everybody around us happy. But if we spend all our energy focusing on what we can do to make others happy rather than learning about what makes us happy as individuals, then we're just constantly going to be sad, because we're going to spend our lives focused on making everybody else happy. And I think we've learned by now, or at least we should have learned by now, that this doesn't work. And the way I see it is creativity is everything. You know, we live in a creation. Creativity is like the foundation of existence. Creativity created form. Creativity created life. So if we have creativity, should we not use this in a way that also flows with the existence of consciousness and with the existence of life, and express ourselves in a way that is true to the nature of existence? And I guess that kind of brings us into a place of like what is true and what is false and whatever, and I'm not really into getting into that at the moment, if I'm being real. But the way I see it is we all want to find peace, we all want to find happiness within ourselves at the very least. Nobody likes waking up feeling sad. Nobody likes waking up feeling like, why am I alive? I didn't ask to be here. You know, nobody enjoys that. I don't enjoy that. I don't think you enjoy that. So shouldn't our goal be to find a way of life that makes us happy? That makes us feel fulfilled and excited in a day? And that's why, to me, that starts with creativity. Is because creativity is the jobs we work. Creativity is the jobs we create. Creativity is how we wake up in the morning and what we wake up thinking. Because we've been conditioned by life and by society in order to think in a certain way, in order to work within a specific system. But in order to break ourselves out of the system, we have to expand on our creative consciousness in order to see that life isn't this finite box that we live in, but it's actually this infinite realm of opportunity for us to explore upon and expand and just grow with and learn from, and just, you know, that Eric Wareheim thing, like, that's life. That's life. And yeah. So my hypothesis is that creativity can heal the world. Is that by breaking ourselves out of these mental molds that have us feeling stuck, we can become more of who we're really supposed to be, which is beautiful, conscious creations that are living in harmony with life and the world and each other, and just heaven on earth. Fantastic. So that's what Studio Raphael is about. That's what my mind is about, and that's more of what I'm going to be talking about here. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, stick around, get engaged and join in on the conversation, and let's just build on creativity. Let's dive deep into who we are as creative beings, and let's explore more about what it means to be conscious creations. So thank you. My name's Aiden. Welcome to Studio Raphael. Let's get down to business, and I look forward to seeing you soon.